Now getting this latest report, post-mortem reports of SIMI terrorists killed in Bhopal encounter is out and multiple entry and exit wounds have been reported. Majority of the wounds above the waist. Clothes of 8 SIMI terrorists killed in Bhopal encounter was sent for forensic test. My colleague Ashish is joining us on the story. Ashish, this will add fuel to the raging controversy. Because if most of the shots are reportedly fired above the waist, that means that standard procedures were not followed, as per this report, by the police officers that time.
Definitely, Devina, since the time this encounter took place, controversy has been rising over the encounter, the whole process of encounter. Several videos, amateur videos are now on social media and in public domain. All those are questioning now this post-mortem report. The forensic report also reveals, raises many doubt over the whole process of encounter. Definitely, it will bring more doubt on the encounter, the whole process of encounter, and it will trouble the government a lot, Davina.
Ashish, we also have Asaduddin Owaisi who is joining us. Mr. Owaisi, thank you for speaking to India today. Now, there is the post-mortem report that's come out which shows that bullets were fired above the waist on these 8 SIMI under trials. Your first response?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Owaisi, go ahead.
Can you repeat the question?
Mr. Owaisi, we've just been able to access the post-mortem report which shows that there were several rounds of bullets fired above the waist targeting these 8 SIMI under trials. Your first response on that?
It clearly shows that initially when the videos were out, the first video showed a voice is being heard that is pe jaan hai abhi maro, goli maro. And then from a close range, a fire is shot. So I am not at all surprised with the post-mortem report finding that they were shot above the waist and they were shot from close range. So that is why, in the light of these post-mortem reports coming out now, there is an urgent need for an impartial inquiry because when the PME reports are saying that they were shot from close range and then shot above the waist. So this clearly shows that only an impartial inquiry will unravel this whole so-called encounter which took place and it resulted in the killing of these 8 people who fled from a prison.
Mr. Owaisi, so in the wake of this post-mortem report, you're calling for an impartial inquiry. Does this mean that you would like a Supreme Court monitored probe? Because already the state government has initiated probe at their level.
You see, that is a mere formality which is there in the CRPC after any firing from the police side takes place, a magistrate inquiry. So that's a mere formality and we do not trust such inquiry. So that is why the need of the hour is, and even the Supreme Court in many cases of encounter have clearly stated that to ensure that the fate of people in the police remains, an impartial inquiry should be ordered. As late as July 2016, the Supreme Court also reiterated for us that an impartial inquiry should be ordered. And I am of the opinion that an impartial inquiry by a court monitored should be ordered by the Madhya Pradesh government. And why are they so afraid and apprehensive? Let the truth come out. Because now even the facts are coming out that additional DGP of jails have written a letter regarding the slack security arrangement at the jail itself.
Mr. Owaisi, do you also believe now that Shivraj Singh Chauhan should take responsibility whether the standard procedures were followed or not during killing of these 8 SIMI under trials? Already there have been different versions that have come from his own home minister and police officials, whether these 8 SIMI under trials were armed or not. And now the post-mortem report further raising questions because it clearly points out that bullets were fired above the waist.
Absolutely. If you read today's Hindu newspaper or the other newspapers, Hindustan Times, it clearly shows that, that these people were unarmed, they have no weapons on them, and even the higher police officials of Madhya Pradesh stating on record that the injuries suffered by their police forces was from some razor-sharp weapons. So this, this is very important that
All right, but Mr. Owaisi, countering all the opposition that the state government is facing, even the centre, you had MOS Home categorically saying that security forces operations should not be questioned. This is matter of national security. These are 8 dreaded terrorists who were finally gunned down, and this operation should not be questioned.
Then if that is the case, then let them impose emergency in our country. Let us close down all TV channels, all newspapers. You put all of us in prison and you can run a dictatorship. This is a democracy. People will question. People will ask you questions. That is the beauty, and that is how democracy functions and works successfully. This government does not believe in freedom of speech. That is the main issue.
Mr. Owaisi, appreciate you joining us and sharing your viewpoint. Ashish, also thank you for joining us. So there is the categorical demand of the Supreme Court monitored probe that is coming from Asaduddin Owaisi, asking why is the Shivraj government afraid after post-mortem reports putting the government in the dock with the bullet wounds found above the waist of the 8 SIMI terrorists who were shot down.